Hey everybody, welcome to Fall's Fintech Cohort 3 Demo Day. I'm Nikki Rohde, Managing Director here at Fall's Fintech. And honestly, I don't know how we're here already. I swear we just met these folks and somehow we are on our last week already. So just couldn't be more proud that we are here in Sioux Falls. All 5 companies have joined us and we'll be sharing with you their demos and a little bit more about how they got here and what's next for each of them. So with that, it really is interesting as I reflect back over the last few weeks. I'm like, am I on autopilot or is this actually happening? And we're taking these real concepts that everybody's working on and frankly, turning it into real products that are close to market launch. So everybody is working on things that are becoming real businesses. And when we think about Fall's Fintech, there's profits to be had here. There's missions to be fulfilled here. There's lives that are being changed through what these folks are doing. Dreams to be completed here. And generations impacted, as well as businesses that are being sustained through Fall's Fintech. So we're going to show you a little bit more about that. So 15 companies have now made their way through Fall's Fintech. We have term sheets with most of them, and 3 companies are already in implementation with central payments. Actually, 1 launching in, say, 30 days. So super proud for them, very excited for them. And we're actually excited to tell you a little bit more about what we're up to with Fall's Fintech. We're also taking this from a seasonal Fintech accelerator program that runs 2 cohorts each year and turning it into a year-round Fintech business line. So really stoked to be able to share more with you about that. Stay tuned to our content platform as we release those details in the coming weeks. But on behalf of Fall's Fintech, Central Payments, and the Central Bank of Kansas City, we're so grateful to all of our sponsors, each and every one of you that have helped us kind of keep this rolling through a really tough year and into 2021 and beyond. We're very grateful. Anybody who believes in what we're doing and shows support of entrepreneurship, thank you. So with that, we can get the show on the road. First up are our friends from Philly, DraftFuel.
Hi, I'm Ned Horsted with RMP Group, a fintech recruiting firm. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Tom and Alex with DraftFuel. I had the opportunity to mentor Tom and Alex over the last several weeks. They've built a really cool app that I think could revolutionize the way that people do sports betting. And without further ado, here's Tom and Alex.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex Cullingford, co-founder of DraftFuel. Thanks for the intro, Ned. Tom, take it away.
Thanks, Alex. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Tom Mangan of DraftFuel. With legal sports betting growing rapidly in the US due to its convenience and accessibility, more and more people will join in. And while lots of people will enjoy the excitement and reap the benefits of having some skin in the game, most will stay on the sidelines. Not because they don't want to enjoy the hobby or because they can't pick winners, but because they are afraid of losing too much money. And when it comes to being a successful long-term sports bettor, bankroll management is just as important as picking winners. It's the key to consistency, as well as the game plan needed to get people off of the sidelines and onto the playing field. Every sports bettor should always be conscious of their bankroll, no matter how often or how much they intend to bet. Even if they're just looking to inject a bit of excitement into the week's games, they need to manage their money responsibly. If they don't, they'll eventually stop playing. And as some gamblers begin to experience serious losses, they tend to either slow down participation, quit the activity entirely, or worse, go into debt as they attempt to cover their losses and chase higher paydays. Sportsbooks want to make consistent revenue from customers, not see them quit the hobby or develop problems. This means that sportsbook operators are tasked with the job of promoting player continuity while simultaneously encouraging responsible gaming. And this is where we come in. Our mission is to provide a seamless bankroll management platform and financial security for gamblers of all skill levels. Our goal for players is to create a healthy relationship with the hobby while providing consistent revenue for the sportsbook operator. DraftFuel leverages a proven savings model to provide consistent but responsible streams of discretionary income to support continual participation. Users set their own limits for the accumulation of discretionary funds in a dedicated gaming account that can be accessed through a digital debit card. In the long run, having a dedicated gambling account will serve to better ensure overall financial security. Funds are accumulated in a user's DraftFuel account through 2 proven models. save and move a set percentage of bank deposits from a user's main checking account, or rounding up digital spare change from their daily purchases of connected accounts. Both funnel dedicated funds into an app-integrated, reloadable, prepaid virtual debit card account to connect to and play with on their favorite gaming platforms. Users have all of their sportsbook connections and decision-making data right at their fingertips. While DraftFuel doesn't directly interface with any gaming platform, links within our app will take the user via a web browser to their preferred sportsbook provider, where they can easily enter and save their DraftFuel debit card information for deposits and for future use. We also provide users with the odds offered through various gaming operators so that they can be certain they are making the most out of each wager. Prior to federal legalization in 2018, Americans illegally bet $60 billion on sports annually. Last year, Americans wagered $21 billion in just 20 states, a number that is expected to grow beyond $100 billion in 2028. Our management team, which consists of our 2 founding members, plus our tech lead, along with a 5-person dev team and a 6-person marketing team, remain hyper-focused on conducting the appropriate market research that will enable us to effectively iterate upon our MVP and grow our user base where our product will resonate most. We recently surveyed 500 active sports bettors and learned that 83% of them would use the DraftFuel app. 58% would pay $2.99 per month for our product. 35% answered that automating their bankroll savings and maintaining a responsible amount of money to dedicate to gambling was their motivation to use DraftFuel, while 51% answered that they would use DraftFuel to add additional money to play with on top of what they already spend. We're estimating our service obtainable market to be a large portion of the 58% of the total market who would pay $2.99 per month for our services. Our business model consists of 3 streams of revenue: a monthly subscription, a percentage of bank fees, and affiliate fees that we earn from the sports books. Our go-to-market strategy is laser focused on meeting the needs and desires of our ideal customer profile, the 58% of active sports bettors who recognize the value in DraftFuel. We understand their needs and desire to continuously experience guilt-free gambling. We know where they are, and we will market directly to them. Our revenue projections are based on quickly acquiring 30,000 users, which then propels us to over 80,000 users by the end of our first year, at which point we'll seek to raise an equity round to accelerate growth to reach over 600,000 users by the end of year 2. Early friends and family fundraising initiatives have provided the foundation to build our application, as well as supporting marketing efforts to build out our wait list. We're currently seeking $800,000 in a pre-seed round in order to launch a full marketing release in August of this year to reach our initial 30,000 user base goal. Now, more than 100 years ago, a gold fever spurred waves of immigrants to the US. While gold mining itself proved unprofitable for most, some made large fortunes, especially pick and shovel merchants. History is now repeating itself with the legalization of sports betting in the US, and DraftFuel is the modern day equivalent to a digital pick and shovel merchant. If you're interested in joining us on this mission, don't hesitate. Get in touch with us today, and don't let DraftFuel be the sure thing that passed you by.
Hey, DraftFuel, great job. That was a wonderful pitch. Appreciate what you shared. So we're just going to throw a few questions at you guys, help maybe tee into the minds of what our audience might be thinking. Starting with you, Alex, I really want to ask, what are some characteristics of an ideal customer in your mind?
Now, it's a great question. So with our research, what we found was 72% of the people that place bets are betting less than $50 per game. 57% are betting $30 or less. So what we see it as, those people who really love fantasy sports, who have been playing, for 10, 15 years. I've played myself for 20 years. Sports betting's only been legal since 2018. So a lot of those people, we want to get them in the game. So how do we do it? Well, offering them a way to use discretionary income. If they weren't placing bets before, more than likely they're new to it. We want to make sure that they continue to play. This is how we do it. We allow them to use the roundups, percentage of deposits. Additionally, there's a lot of sports books that are coming at them, offering attractive sign-up bonuses, and it's really hard to say no to a lot of them. Well, what we also do is we offer them the odds through our app, which allows them to see each gaming provider, what the odds are, how much they can make, so that if they want to place a bet, let's say $20 on their favorite team, they can maximize the amount they can make from that, and they don't have to go through 6 different apps. More than likely, it's a hobby for them, so they may not have the time to do that, and we provide that for them.
Alex, great response on that. Thank you so much. And that actually segues really nice into my next question, which has to do with legalizing sports betting. So talk about some factors that you think will influence other states to legalize sports betting.
One of the biggest is COVID. The states are facing huge budget deficits, and sports betting is a way to bring in tax revenue to help offset that. Just in the month of December in New Jersey, they collected over $8 million in tax revenue. You have New York, one of the larger states, introducing a sports betting bill. And specifically, they stated tax revenue for the state is a big driver for them introducing that bill. Additionally, you have neighboring states where you have, let's say, New York and New Jersey, for instance. 20% of the bettors in New Jersey were coming over from New York. So if you're a state like that, you're looking at it and saying, well, wait a second, we should be capturing those customers. They're going and placing wagers anyway. Right. So why not introduce that bill where additionally we can also get that tax revenue from it. So that's why it makes sense for them to really push these bills, and they are.
Hey, Alex, great response. Thank you. We're seeing the same trends in the payments kind of arena too, where more and more states are jumping on board. So thanks for your insight. Last question that I can think of that could be in the minds of our listeners today. I'll turn over to you, Tom. Talk about if a gaming company wanted to do this themselves, how would DraftFuel specifically compete?
That's a great question, Nikki. One we've actually thought about. In fact, well, I guess we can set the stage by saying we are the first bankroll management app designed specifically for the daily fantasy sports and legal sports bet market in the US. However, there is another company called Hedge, which is a daily fantasy sports platform that allows their users to round up the spare change to fund their accounts. The fundamental difference between DraftFuel and Hedge or any other company that want to get into this arena is that we are sportsbook or gaming operator agnostic. With DraftFuel, we sit in the center, so you can move funds in, you can move funds back to your main account, you can take your winnings and withdraw them to the DraftFuel account and spend them at any gaming operator you'd like. And in fact, when you consider that 70% of people, or 70% of sports bettors have multiple sportsbook accounts, you see the benefit of DraftFuel over having just a direct integration with one specific sportsbook operator.
Huh. Love it. Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. Next, we're going to hear a few words from our founding sponsor at MasterCard.
Hi everyone, it's George Sider here at MasterCard, and just wanted to say congratulations. Another demo day is once again upon us. And a special shout out to the Falls Fintech team, to Nikki, to Heather, to Luke, for all their efforts in pulling together yet another successful cohort. I can't believe we're now at Cohort 3, given everything that's been accomplished over the last 12 to 15 months. And to the startups that have participated, including in this current cohort, congratulations. You have so much to be proud of. You have, stood up some very unique, very interesting, very dynamic companies that are really just getting started, and that's super exciting for us, and I know it is for you as well. To the Central Payments and CBKC, larger team, also wanted to say thank you again for the partnership and for bringing Falls Fintech to us. We are honored and privileged to be a premier sponsor and look forward to many more cohorts to come. So congratulations, everyone. Let's enjoy Demo Day.
Hi, I'm Miley Vignes, and I'm the head of innovation at Snap Finance. I've had the privilege of mentoring Frich in the spring 2021 cohort. Frich is led by two ambitious female founders, and together they're helping the newest generation create healthy financial habits through social finance. They have strong momentum and are catching the attention of the likes of Abe Mankara, Mark Cuban's portfolio manager. Frich is ready for launch this summer, so watch as they debut at NYU. Take a look and see what they've been up to.
Thank you, Miley, so much for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Katrin. I'm the co-founder of Frich. And I'm Alexandra, the other half of Frich. And together, Katrin and I, we're building the first social finance app for the next generation. And the way we like to think about it is Strava before your personal finances. Katrin and I, we've lived in more than 20 cities together. And that has put us time after time in the situation of being the new kid in town, trying to build a new friend group, and trying to make this place our home. And even though this has made us into the people we are today, it also taught us a very expensive message. Building and maintaining a friend group is really, really expensive. And even though right now we live in New York City, whether it's been Hong Kong, Dubai, Shanghai, or London, it's always the same story. Yeah, like socializing until broke is a serious problem, and not only for us, but also for our friends. So we were digging a little more into data and realized that it's pretty crazy out there. Almost 40% of Gen Z are willing to go into debt just to keep up with their friends. And over a third of college students already have credit card debt on top of their student loans before even entering the job market. And just like us, our friends are having troubles managing their spendings, especially in a social situation. And so even though, we've figured out how to keep ourselves fit with a gym buddy within our friend group, or we know how to crush exams within a study group, but there really are no tools out there to manage your personal finances. So that's our solution. Frich is the first social finance app that helps Gen Z develop better spending habits by setting goals together with friends and keeping each other accountable. Think of it as a fitness app, but for your personal finances. So our secret sauce is bringing accountability into finances. You're 65% more likely to achieve your goals when you have an accountability buddy, and up to 95% more likely to stick to your goals when you do daily check-ins. And that really is the essence of Frich. So, you might think that there are already a lot of finance apps out there, but despite the market saturation, personal finance remains an unsolved problem. Student debt is skyrocketing, credit card debt is higher than ever before, and savings rates haven't improved within the past couple of decades. And for some reason, neither schools or universities teach you personal finance management. So in our progress, we were trying out all finance apps out there. And that really made us realize, why are none of those working? And that's due to the fact that money is inherently social, especially when you're young. It's nearly impossible to stick to your goals when your friends invite you out and there's no one to keep you accountable for your personal finance goals. So this really is the situation that we're trying to solve. Our users begin by setting financial goals in 6 problem categories, and these include Ubers, bars, restaurants, coffee shops, ordering in, and online shopping. And this is where we encourage a little bit more of a longer-term thinking by setting all these goals to the default length of 1 month. Next, our users create their social friend challenges, and this is what really makes Frich unique. Imagine you are trying to spend less on restaurants and you have friends that you want to do it with. You invite these friends for a challenge to keep you accountable and just do this together with you. And once they accept your challenge, you do 2 things. You set your timeline and you set your budget. And don't worry, everyone can set their own personal budget because similar to a fitness app, you're not going to see the exact dollar value amount. You're just going to see percentage-wise how each of you are doing with your progress. And once you're doing this challenge, you can track each other's progress and keep each other accountable through in-app messaging and seeing each other's progress. And once the challenge is complete, one of you is going to come out the winner, and that's the person who percentage-wise spends the least amount of money and in return receives a reward from the app, such as a $5 Uber coupon. And now that you've just won your challenge and you've spent, let's say, $20 less than the goal that you've set for yourself, these $20 can go into your Frich virtual savings wallet, or it can go into a personalized savings goal, such as an awesome vacation. And Frich does a really good job at visualizing how incremental changes in your financial habits can transform your financial reality. And as a Frich user, eventually you can see how your Friday night cocktails can transform into an awesome vacation or the down payment for your first home. So far, we've been testing out this concept with a closed beta that we launched for our first 100 users. And we learned 2 really important things from that. Firstly, people want to see their friends' progress percentage-wise, very similar to a fitness app, not in a dollar value, because you might have a different economic background. So that's a huge part that we adjusted for our app that we're launching in mid-June. Users are way more social than expected. Based on their feedback, we've implemented a ranking system within the app where you can see how have you been doing at your goals compared to your friends. So that's a very similar system that both Snapchat and Peloton have successfully implemented. Besides that, we built a growing waiting list of 5,000 plus people, and we have over 300 people who are interacting with our content on a daily basis through different social media channels. So that really allows us to get daily user feedback on our product by interactive stories and polls. And when it comes to our go-to-market strategy, our secret sauce is really our campus ambassador program. For our first soft launch with NYU in mid-June, we've already onboarded 70 campus ambassadors. And if you plan for that, if each campus ambassador onboards only 25 of their friends, that already brings us to almost 2,000 users that are onboarded on the app with no customer acquisition cost. And this is a system that worked really well for TikTok and Tinder when they did this program to grow rapidly and exponentially through universities across the United States. So as Gen Z ourselves, we understand our target audience inside and out. In my career, I've developed expertise in design and brand strategy, building brands across Europe, Asia, and the US when I worked together with McCann. And after that, I built comprehensive PR strategies for brands such as Audi and Warner Records, really focusing on understanding the Gen Z customer.
Yeah. And as a young professional, I built a social app for models and influencers called Model Club. And we took the app from initial idea to global implementation within the industry. Kind of getting encouraged by that, I moved to New York and started working at a late stage fintech company where I was focusing on customer acquisition and strategic partnerships. To sum it all up, you're 95% more likely to achieve your goals when you have an accountability buddy. And that's really the essence of Frich. And that's why we'll be the first social finance app for the next generation. Thank you so much, everybody.
Ladies, thank you so much. That was fantastic. Really appreciate you sharing what you're doing with Frich. Katrin, let me start with you. How will Frich make money? What's your business model?
Yeah, that's always a great question in fintech. So our main driver of revenue initially is definitely lead generation. So we're going to partner with different hospitality brands and financial services that really, target our core users, which is basically Gen Z. So let's say they want to save together with Frich for an awesome spring break trip to Mexico. So when they hit that goal, we can give them discounts on their Skyscanner, flight tickets or Airbnb booking for accommodation. And in that way, we're really enhancing their user experience while making affiliate commission of that. And so on top of that, we're adding now Frich Premium, which is a subscription-based model, and it's going to run for $3.99 a month, and it's going to have different added perks and features such as micro-investing. And on top of that, we're going to have, deposit interest from whenever people save with us and MasterCard interchange revenue. So those are the 4 initial revenue streams.
Yeah, I love it. Gen Z, different kind of demographic, and social, very, very social. So maybe, Alexandra, talk about why you think the social aspect has never really been woven into fintech before.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's because there's never really been a generation like Gen Z before. This is a generation unlike any other. And, so often we're being compared to millennials. And when it comes to social or just finances, for Gen Z, money is not really that much of a taboo anymore, like for previous generations. And we can see that on, TikTok and Instagram. They keep sharing about their financial struggles, about these memes, really funny memes about being broke. And it's, it's normal to share those things. And I think that's the key here, that it's just normalized to talk about it. So now we finally can actually bring in the social life aspect into, budgeting and saving money. And we also kind of see that everything revolving around money is becoming a little bit more social. Like if you look at spending money, so now we see, splitting bills with friends. That's such a feature added everywhere. And, we're talking about micro investing. Everyone's talking about it on TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. But somehow when it comes to budgeting, no one's really doing this. And we feel like there's really lacking the social life aspect into budgeting. And, when you're using Venmo, it's a tool for you to spend money together with friends. And we like to think of Frich as the tool for you to not spend money together with friends. So that's the goal for us.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
You guys are
Thank
crushing
you.
it, and just so fast the way that things are moving for y'all. Congratulations. And thank you, of course, for being with us today. Really great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Next up, we're going to hear a few words from another sponsor of Falls FinTech at Discover.
Discover Global Network can help early-stage fintech companies succeed by being a one-stop shop, bringing together the right people and tools to help build the next-level payment solution. Every player in the ecosystem plays a vital role in bringing products to life. While it may seem complex and ever-changing, when deciding to create a payment solution, we first advise finding a partner that will provide access to the resources and experts to help bring that program to life.
Hi, my name is Matthew Willard. I am the mentor for Slyde during Cohort 3. Slyde is a company that's going to revolutionize the way we manage our money in the digital economic future. and also help us save money. David and Ben Gertner are the founders, and I've had the pleasure of working with them. They've been a real pleasure. They're doing their homework. They're very detail-oriented, and I have every belief that they're going to succeed because of that. I look forward to working with them going forward and have really enjoyed getting to know them.
Thanks, Matt, for the great introduction. It's fantastic to be here today presenting for Fall's Fintech Demo Day. I'm David, for those of you that I haven't met.
And I'm Ben.
And we're twins and the founders of Slyde, a consumer fintech company helping people take control of their wallets and online spend. For the last decade, Ben and I have been desperately searching for a better consumer payments experience that solves the exact problem you're seeing on the screen right now. Consumers are overloaded and inundated with payment choice, and it's become impossible and unruly to manage. At the center of this are bill and subscription payments, which have become fragmented and scattered across the web, leading to wasted time and money for consumers. In an already complicated payment ecosystem, consumer wallets are exploding, with the average person having more credit and debit cards than ever before, further contributing and complicating this experience. Slyde's solving this problem by building a solution that helps consumers take control of their wallets by enabling them to seamlessly track, manage, and pay recurring bills and subscriptions from a single place. We also allow consumers to see all of their transactions in a single aggregated view across their entire wallet, regardless of who they bank with or which cards they have. On top of that, we're also building other features like canceling unwanted subscriptions on behalf of our users, and also offering secure virtual cards that provide greater security and control to users. I'll now hand it over to Ben to do a walkthrough of the demo that will be launching in June. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, David, for giving everyone an overview of Slyde and an introduction to us. Our beta is launching in early June. So for those that are interested in being testers, we'd love to get you to sign up at slydemoney.com, SLYDE money.com, or reach out to us directly. We're really excited to showcase what we've been working on. So just to quickly walk you through the onboarding from a Slyde journey perspective, the user will come to the Slyde site, submit their email address and password, and you'll securely link up all your financial accounts using Plaid. Now in this case, Ben, the user, has linked up all his American Express cards, as well as Chase and his local credit union. And I've basically synced up all of my financial data, so then the Slyde algorithm can go in and process all that data. So here in the main dashboard, you'll see a list of all the transactions that I've made summarized at the merchant level. So if I click on a specific merchant, you'll see a consolidated merchant view of all those transactions across all of my financial accounts, as well as payment amount, payment date, payment type, and all these other fun things related to payment detail. And then if I click on the subscription filter at the top, I'm going to get a more specific view into all my recurring subscriptions, things like Netflix, Spotify, and beyond. And then the recurring tab shows all the recurring payments that I've paid for things like auto loans, rent, and other regular monthly transfers. Now lastly, the card on file tab shows any time a card is not present for all online transactions, for things like paying at retailers online and beyond. Now, we're super excited for launching our Slyde beta because we want to inform users about what they're spending, how much they're spending, and identify opportunities for them to save. And the insights are really focused, so you're not overloaded with data, which we're really excited about. Our goal and our mission is to empower the user to take control of their online financial footprint. And we want to enable them to achieve greater wellness and greater financial hygiene. And a huge next step for us as a company is to unleash virtual cards, keeping every single user on the Slyde platform safe, secure, and automated online. Thank you so much. We're very excited to be piloting in a couple weeks. And if you'd love to be an early tester, please, please, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you and welcome you to the platform.
Thanks, Ben, for that great demo. We're very excited to share what we've been working on over the last few months. To take a step back, Slyde's long-term vision is to build a best-in-class consumer fintech experience that combines all of the elements and features that consumers have grown to love through a one-stop shop so that you don't have to log in to Mint or Truebill in order to see your personal finances or Venmo and Zelle in order to do peer-to-peer payments. You can do all of that from a single place through Slyde with a focus and starting point on bill and subscription payments. To sum things up, we believe that fragmentation in consumer fintech has led to a friction-filled and decentralized experience that needs to be fixed. And there's a golden opportunity to empower consumers to achieve financial wellness by helping them take control of their wallets and online spend. Thank you very much for your time and attention today, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. You guys, thank you so much. Wonderful demo of what you're working with Slyde. As I've already mentioned, I'm your first customer. So as soon as we get things lined up, I will be waiting in the wing. But I want to ask first about that particularly. Talk about your upcoming beta launch.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki, for the question. We're really excited about the launch. We're opening up the private beta in June, and it's really meant to put a product out into the market to the hundreds of users that have signed up for our waiting list over the last few weeks, so that we're really taking Slyde from a concept and an idea to life. And the idea behind the beta is to help inform the product strategy and where we're going moving forward, and also to help consumers really have an idea of what subscriptions they're spending their money on and where can they cut and what does their financial hygiene and wallet look like today. So that's the goal for the beta, and anybody that's interested, you know where to find us.
Hello. And guys, one thing that we hear all the time is, do you bet on a founder or a founding team or an idea? And when we met you guys with Slyde, we thought, man, we've got both here. So I'm just curious, in your own words, like, how did you land on the idea of bill payment, subscription management, auto payment, that concept? How did that come to be?
Yeah, thanks for that. Another great question, Nikki. I think to start, this is a pain point that Ben and I have struggled with for the last several years, haven't found a great solution in the market, and we decided that this is really on us to build a better solution because we've been obsessing over this problem and pain point for so long. And then zooming out, as we think about the fintech landscape and personal finance broadly, we think there are three main pillars: spending, saving, and investing. And we believe that bill and subscription payments are a core part of the spend element of personal finance and fintech. So if we can chip away at that, we believe there's a real opportunity to help drive financial wellness, not just for ourselves, but consumers broadly.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Great answer. And I think last, I'll turn this one over to Ben. Where do you see payments fitting into this?
Yeah, so we formed the view virtual cards are one of the most amazing innovations in the last couple of years. And we've seen it embraced in the B2B side with companies like Brex, Divvy, Ramp embracing virtual cards for spend management for paying other businesses. But consumers haven't had the benefit of virtual cards to be able to stay protected and secure online, to be able to create specific merchant-specific virtual cards, to protect yourself against a breach, to be able to lock and cancel cards in real time. We believe the world is moving very digital, and virtual cards are a natural extension to that digital experience. So virtual cards are going to be the core of the Slyde user experience, where we're combining the subscription identification and management capabilities with in-app virtual cards. So every single subscription will be attached to a Slyde supplied virtual card. So we're really excited. We believe that's going to drive a lot of value and protection for consumers and really simplify the convoluted nature of how payments are done today.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Ben, David, thank you guys so very much. Next, we're going to hear a few words from another sponsor of ours, CloudCard. Great intro and segue into what they have to say.
Hi everyone, this is Salman, co-founder and chief operating officer at CloudCard. First, I would like to congratulate Nikki, Trent, and the entire Falls Fintech team on completion of the third cohort. It's great to be part of this leading fintech accelerator program. CloudCard is a next-gen digital banking and issuer processing platform. Our mission is to enable our partners to launch their products at a record speed with flexibility and trust. CloudCard platform was built in-house from the ground up that offers open APIs, mobile SDKs to support all modern use cases such as neobanks or digital wallet products, and that can be implemented within just weeks. So as you all know, payments industry is very complex and highly regulated. So fintechs really needed a platform that allows them to focus on building their product rather than worrying about finding a processor or a BIN sponsor. So the OpenCV platform fits very nicely on top of the CloudCard platform that removes all of the friction and get our partners start building faster.
Hi everyone, this is Monica Chung, VP of Digital Partnership at CloudCard. No matter where you are in your journey, my team is responsible for ensuring the delivery of extraordinary services, from implementations to strategic account and partner management. With our modern technology building blocks and many years experience under our belt, we work smarter, we ensure quality and speed to market.
Hi, my name is Julian Alcazar. Over the last couple of months, I have had the pleasure to serve as a mentor for Mike from Frugl. Frugl provides consumers the ability to save towards a better financial life. Here's Mike to tell you more about Frugl.
All right, thanks for that great intro, Julian. Hi, my name is Mike Gauthier, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Frugl, where our mission is to help you build better money habits. Did you know that not only do people in America struggle to save money, but this affects everyone, regardless of income, with 1 in 6 people making 100 to 200K still living paycheck to paycheck. What people don't realize is that living paycheck to paycheck really adds up. For example, if you're making 100K a year and you aren't saving the recommended amounts, you're effectively flushing over $1,100 down the drain every single month. That adds up to over $640,000 over the course of your lifetime. So the question is, what can we do about it? Especially given that there's never been more information out there on the internet about how to manage your money. It turns out that having more information is not enough. We need people to take action. And we found examples of companies that have unlocked the secret to success in other industries. In a recent case study, a company called Noom helped millions of people lose millions of pounds in the already crowded personal fitness market. They did it by doing just one thing differently. They focused on changing people's behavior through better habits. And so this was our inspiration for Frugl. We've teamed up with behavior design experts to create a money platform backed by behavioral science to help you change your money habits, reach your goals, and get financially healthy for good. So everyone has heard of setting money goals, but trying to set a goal to save thousands of dollars all at once for something like a vacation can be daunting. It takes a ton of motivation, a ton of discipline, and it's easy to get discouraged and give up when achieving the goal feels too far away. Instead, Frugl uses a behavioral design approach and breaks up your goals into bite-sized, achievable milestones so that you can build momentum and be confident that you'll get there. Frugl integrates into your existing lifestyle by subtly nudging you and reminding you about opportunities during the month to automatically put money aside for things that you've already decided that you care the most about. These little nudges may feel small and insignificant in the moment, but trust me, they really add up. If you're not convinced that these small behavior changes add up, Frugl will prove it to you. Check in on Frugl at any time to not only see your current saving success, but to also see the long-term impact of your new short-term behaviors. Lastly, we make money positively social by showing you how well you're doing compared to those around you. These little boosts are the extra encouragement you need to continue feeling good about your money. Compared to existing solutions, Frugl is the only one designed to have lasting impact. Would you believe that people are still going to the bank to take out cash so they can stuff it into labeled envelopes as a saving strategy, while others are using apps that still leave all the know-how up to you or are too unpredictable to use long-term? This means that you're likely to pause or even completely uninstall them. Frugl is also designed to generate revenue from day one, from a combination of a low monthly fee, interest sharing, and spending card interchange fees. And we see opportunities to scale that revenue as the Frugl platform scales. We see a big market out there, with millions using their banking app more than any other app and looking for better ways to manage their money. We know they're looking for something better because we've spoken to many of them. Through countless interviews, we've heard many different versions of the same story. People need help building better money habits to achieve their money goals. In fact, when we told them about the Frugl app, 72% said they would use it. Not only that, we've been able to achieve a very healthy cost of acquisition on paid social channels, and we're ready to scale. Finally, we've overcome one of the biggest hurdles of starting any fintech company, which is securing a banking partner. We are already in the process of integrating with our banking partner to deliver Frugl savings accounts and eventually the Frugl spending card. We are so excited about helping America build better money habits, and we'd love for you to join us on this journey. My co-founder Christian and I have a proven track record and all the skills needed to launch and grow the Frugl platform. We are now speaking with pre-seed investors about our next round of funding, so if you'd like to get in touch, please email us at hello@getfrugl.com. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much. Great job. And thanks for sharing so much about all the cool stuff you're doing with Frugl. I absolutely adore the idea of savings and helping people create some liquidity. You know, we know all the goofy stats about how people don't have money.
Yeah.
Or access to money anyways, liquidity. So can you help me understand why you think that without a product like Frugl, people have such a difficult time stashing away funds?
Yeah, it's a really interesting problem, actually. I think a lot of people think that if they just have their savings account sitting there right beside their checking account, that means that they're going to be able to save money. And from all the people we've talked to, it turns out that it's really much more complicated than that. So, you know, first of all, nobody's saving just for one thing. Everyone has like 3 or 4 things they're saving for. So to open up multiple savings accounts is just, you know, a big pain in the neck. And then figuring out how to put that money aside also is not super obvious. So when I get my paycheck, you know, and let's say I have $500 or $1,000, like how do I allocate that? And what a lot of people end up doing is they'll try to guess how much money they should put away. So they'll say, I'm going to put away, you know, 20% or 30% or 40%. But making static choices like that doesn't really match up with how life really works, right? So life is always changing. And so you need something that is going to flex with your life and your lifestyle. And so that's what we're trying to do with Frugl. We're building something that's going to integrate into your lifestyle and work with you while teaching you good money habits of how to put money aside. And so we think that's a much better approach than trying to guess only once per month how much money you should be putting into, you know, probably just that one savings account that you have.
So with some of the usual suspects, like, you know, Digit is a common vernacular and a company that one might suggest is similar.
Right.
What are the differences of Frugl compared to a product like that?
Yeah, so Digit is a really interesting app, and, you know, I think they're doing great work over there. We've spoken to a lot of people about Digit, and some people absolutely love it, so don't get me wrong about that. But other people can have some problems in that when you have money moving without your involvement through sort of like an automated algorithm that doesn't tell you about, you know, how it's making the decisions or why it's moving certain amounts of money, it can actually make people feel uncomfortable, especially when the algorithm moves amounts of money that you don't agree with, right? So if it's moving $100 over to your savings and you expected it to move 10, that can not only make you feel uncomfortable, but it can also be very disruptive to your life. And then the second thing is, you know, with Digit, it's great that it's doing the work for you, but it's almost doing too much for you in that if Digit were to go away, you're not really left with any tools to continue with your relationship with money and improving your relationship with money. So, you know, with Frugl, we're trying to really build good habits that can last you a lifetime, regardless of whether you're using Frugl, you know, for the next 50 years or not.
Yeah. That's what I love so much about your approach. Is so academic, and you've done all the research looking into customer segmentation, who your target audience is, how they fundamentally look at and operate with money. So super proud of all the work that you've done there. Congratulations. And really excited about what's next for Frugl. So
there you go.
With that, we're going to hear a few words from one of our sponsors at Stinson Law Firm.
Hello again, Cohort. Greg Johnson from the law firm of Simpson in Kansas City. I enjoyed speaking with you several weeks ago, and you guys have worked so hard to get here today. Everyone who's a part of Falls Fintech is very proud of you, and we all look forward to watching you succeed in the future. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your great program, and especially to the team at Central Payments, in particular, Luke and Nikki. You guys run such a fantastic program, and I look forward to future cohorts as well, and hope this cohort always keeps Falls Fintech near and dear to their hearts. Look forward to seeing you all soon.
Hi all, I'm Kirsten Trusco with IRC Advisory, and I'm delighted to be introducing Karen Rios and Corey Beebe of Lifesaver. They're going to share how their platform is helping community banks and credit unions offer the most modern products and up-to-the-moment customer interfaces and experiences. Lifesaver helps their clients play that critical role of financial connective tissue in their communities to help everyone, including them as the financial institution, to grow and prosper.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. I'm Karen Rios, co-founder and CEO of Lifesaver. At Lifesaver, we're building a future where anyone can access transformative financial products right when they need them. Because after a C-level role at a hedge fund in New York, I became obsessed with answering a single question. What was my path to financial wellness? Financial wellness has become a bit of a buzzword, hard to assess. But what I know for certain is that it starts with people. It's about resilience in the face of hardship and the ability to seize on opportunities to build wealth. Financial wellness is access to the right financial products at exactly the right time. But in trying to figure this out, I realized that finding the right financial product when you need it is surprisingly difficult. Customers like me have to do most of the legwork. We just take for granted that financial institutions offer unreliable digital services that fail to personalize the customer journey at any stage, and they lack the data to understand or anticipate what exactly their customers need and when. So it's no surprise they're struggling to retain customers, let alone compete with mega banks or new entrants on product adoption. And this is why we built Lifesaver. Because in the 21st century, no one should have to make technology trade-offs, just a bank. So I went to some of the most creative problem solvers I knew, and together we built the first universal banking platform that automates product distribution for financial institutions and prioritizes the financial wellness of their customers. We took inspiration from the big platforms that work with consumer good companies to leverage a deeper understanding of consumers to ensure that they have more access to products than ever before. Lifesaver is that platform for financial institutions and consumer financial health. We've built a universal banking platform that collects all of the necessary data to identify a customer's need and cross-sell financial products in a purely digital medium. We've combined utility and engagement in a best-in-class customer experience, all through a mobile-native application with the table stakes features that customers expect. Lifesaver is sold directly to financial institutions and distributed to their customers. And our business model is tied to the ongoing success of these franchises and their ability to improve the financial wellness of their customers. Because we're leveling the playing field for 10,000 plus incumbent financial institutions. Now, I want to show you how a financial institution and a customer benefit from Lifesaver. Vesta Bank's a local community bank in Connecticut. They've signed a contract with Lifesaver, have access to their dashboard, and have engaged us to deepen their relationships with customers like Julie. When Julie goes down to her local branch and opens her first Vesta account, there she's introduced to Vesta Bank's financial wellness platform, Lifesaver. When she gets home, Julie downloads the Lifesaver app and creates an account. Then she completes our money personality quiz. It's just a short and effective way for our algorithms to better understand Julie's needs. Then we find out who she's currently banking with. In just moments, we've helped Julie connect all of her financial accounts to Lifesaver, giving Julie and Lifesaver a view into her entire financial picture. And with all of this incredibly powerful contextual data, Lifesaver is able to curate a personalized financial path for Julie. Path updates dynamically over time as Julie interacts with the app. And as her life naturally changes, it's a combination of tips, behavioral recommendations, and when appropriate, new suggested products from our banking partners. Like a competitive high-yield savings account that'll help Julie hit her goals faster. And when she's ready, Julie can apply right in the app. Creating an application is blazing fast and simple. For most products, Julie will only have to enter her information once. And this seamless experience drastically reduces churn at onboarding, where the industry average is currently a 97% drop-off rate. And if in 12 months, when Julie's saved up enough for that mortgage payment, we can jumpstart that engagement for Vesta Bank, making that process seamless for Julie. Because Lifesaver already has enough of a pulse on things like her credit score, her cash flows, and her overall financial position to let Julie and her banker know the kind of mortgage she might be able to qualify for. And Julie's story doesn't end here. Lifesaver extends Vesta's product suite with complementary products. So when Julie starts planning for the future of her family, Lifesaver will ensure that she has access to Vesta Bank's newly launched 529 college savings account. From a partnership we help facilitate. And by giving Julie the tools and features that she needs, we make sure that it's easy for Julie to deepen her relationship with Vesta Bank. And this is everything for customers like Julie, because we know that by driving brand engagement, we increase customer trust and loyalty. But ultimately, we increase product adoption. With Lifesaver, banks and credit unions of any size can get their customers the products they depend on exactly when they need them. Thank you.
Karen, thank you so much, and a great job, as always, talking about Lifesaver. I always like to think about a few questions that could be rattling around in the minds of the people watching today. And one of them is about your distribution channel. You and I have talked about this for months, and that is going through the banks and credit unions is hard. And they've got a way of doing things, and breaking through that can be difficult. So tell me why you chose to go the bank and credit union channel.
Absolutely. You know, for us at Lifesaver, it's a combination of mission and the recognition that, look, we've got over 10,000 institutions that are just these incredibly powerful nodes in the economy across the country. They're providing transformative capital, quite frankly, to first-time homeowners, those young entrepreneurs. And what we're doing at Lifesaver is really kind of giving them the technology to allow them to do what they've been doing for generations. Because quite frankly, we can scale that technology. What we can't do is fill that trust. These bankers have been in the trenches in their communities, servicing, those small business owners and those families that make up their communities for generations. And we just want to make sure that they can continue doing what they do best, which is be bankers.
Yeah. I love that. And I love the heart that you have behind that, because it's like authentically and utterly true. From the moment that we met you guys, it was like you believe in that foundation of what community banks bring to the table. And I don't think you've swayed from that at all this whole time, even though it's hard. So well done and congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. The next thing is entrepreneur in residence is an interesting role, at least it is at Falls Fintech. Talk about what it's been like for you and the Lifesaver team.
Well, I can definitely tell you that for me and my co-founder, Corey, it's been a bit of an honor to watch these early stage companies who were where we were not that long ago just grow and expand, and seeing their product roadmaps come to life, and being able to share some of the mistakes that we've done with them, and some of the learnings that we've had where we've cut our teeth maybe a little harder than we should have, but making sure that we can provide that guidance and that mentorship for them.
Yeah. Last but certainly not least, EIR into kind of the rest of the world. What's next for Lifesaver?
Well, we got some really interesting things coming down the pike. Not all that I can share just yet, but I can tell you that thanks to you guys, we will definitely be coming to market very soon with some really exciting partnerships and some initiatives. So stay tuned.
Yay. That's so great. Thank you so much. And really has been such a pleasure, you serving this cohort and mentoring them so well. I know they would say the same.
Thank you.
Yeah. And let's see, up next, I'm told that we have a really sweet recap of the first 10, 11 weeks of Fall's FinTech. So check this out.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations. Super excited. This is going to be an amazing 12 weeks. And each of you bring a special something to this mix.
I want to give a quick thank you to Woodgrain for letting us come here and celebrate entrepreneurship one pint at a time.
Hello, we are at the end of Fall's FinTech Accelerators week number 2. This is kind of the first week when things got like really serious. So first week was more about, meeting everyone, getting to know each other, knowing how everything's gonna work.
Hi everyone, Tom Mangan with DraftFuel. Week 3 is complete. This week we took a deep dive on compliance and regulation. And I just have to say that I am beyond thankful that the Fall's FinTech team is going to be there to guide us each and every step of the way.
Hi, Slyde team here. Week 4 of Fall's FinTech in the books. It was an awesome week, very busy. Slyde formally launched a search for a CTO to join our team, sharing with lots of capable leaders in our network and starting to get a lot of interesting interest for a technical leader.
Hey everyone, it's Mike again, checking in for Frugl. So we just finished up week 5 of Fall's FinTech, and this week we met with the folks from MasterCard. We learned a lot from them, and we're gearing up for focusing now on product market fit.
Erin here from Team Lifesaver. Another week down in the books. We are just hitting past the halfway mark at this point, believe it or not. The team's building heads down on implementation as we gear up for the last half of the program.
I now have a great appreciation for what teachers go through with virtual teaching, albeit with a class that asks great questions.
Guys, David here from the Slyde team. Beautiful, crisp weekend here in Massachusetts in April. Just wrapped up an awesome bike ride and think it's a good analogy and metaphor for startups. The wind was blowing in my face. There were steep hills, but got through it as we do in startups.
It's always a pleasure, and I'm always impressed with just how talented and amazing these entrepreneurs are. So grateful to be a part of it.
All right, friends of Fall's FinTech, another week's in the books for Lifesaver and the rest of us here in Cohort 3. This week was really cool seeing everybody's pitches take a big leap forward as the cohort continues to get ready for Demo Day. Plus, as we may have already mentioned, Lifesaver is counting down the days until we're on site in Sioux Falls, and I believe several, if not all of the other companies are as well. So I know we're all super stoked to finally meet Nikki, Trent, Heather, Luke, and the rest of the gang in person.
Hey everyone, it's Team Frich here. Just wanted to give you a little update of our week. It's been a really good week, and I feel like I keep saying this every time I make this video for you, but we've been on quite a good roll lately, and a lot of good things are happening, so I'm always happy to share those things with you.
Forward here at DraftFuel, just finished up week 10 in Fall's FinTech. We can't wait to meet everyone when we finally fly out there a week from tomorrow.
Well, there you have it, our recap from each cohort. Wonderful job. We're super proud of everything that they've accomplished in the last 12 weeks to get to this event today. And with me is a special guest, Dr. Michael Roach. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Nikki. This is fantastic.
Thank you. Dr. Roach is not only an advisory board member of Fall's FinTech, but also Dakota State University is a key and a fundamental sponsor of what we do here at Fall's FinTech. So I just want to ask a couple questions about that. Tell us why it was so important for DSU to help sponsor this accelerator.
You sound like our provost. I had that same conversation with him a couple of months ago. Do we want to renew this relationship with Fall's FinTech? And I said, Absolutely. We want a seat at the table. We want to be engaged. We kind of threw away the last year with COVID and everything and really missed out on a lot of the opportunities. You guys did a fantastic job doing what you did doing and pulling off what you did pull off. But it was a lessened opportunity for Dakota State University to really engage with all these people and all these organizations and to really be part of this ecosystem. And that's why we're here.
Yeah. Tell these guys a little bit more about Dakota State University, your placement in tech and nationally recognized university.
Well, we're generally known for our cyber sciences program. And as you know, with all the pipeline things that are the hacking that's going on, our status in this realm is just only going to continue to increase. We've got some extremely brilliant students at Dakota State University doing amazing things. I give up trying to understand the nuts and bolts of what these kids are doing because it is absolutely amazing. It is cutting edge. Our challenge is to try to engage them and start thinking entrepreneurially, to start commercializing some of the things that they do. But we've also got 3 other colleges. We've got our College of Education, we've got our College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm part of the College of Business and Information Systems. And that's where we see our role in business and information systems, is kind of bringing all of those disparate groups together to think entrepreneurially, to expand their horizons, expand their focus, and try to share with what they're doing with the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the seat that you have on the advisory board for Falls FinTech, you've also been able to help us interview cohort participants. If you can think back 3-4 months ago when we interviewed for Cohort 3, do you remember those kind of interviews, how that went, and what you maybe thought of that group of individuals that now is finishing the program?
I'm going to single out one person in particular, and she's here on campus, Karen Rios, who's just blew me away. Fantastic ideas. She's out there. She is open and sincere. In fact, the first thing that came to mind is that I got to bring her in with my CEO club group and let them see really what dynamic people are like. Young people doing amazing things. She's stood out and right from the beginning, but she's only representative, right? There are so many people doing such amazing things, and I got done with that and made the same comment in our business plan competition. These guys are proving that the traditional banking's dead. They are changing the way people are going to manage their money and transact and everything, and it's been amazing to see what's going on out there with that.
Well said. Well, thank you, my friend. Appreciate all that you're doing here for Falls FinTech and the advice that you provide, the support of Dakota State University. Thanks again for joining us.
If I have anything to do with it, Dakota State University is going to be part of this organization for as long as you'll have us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Up next, we've got a really special award. Well, hey, Trent, thanks so much for coming up.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
I know this is super important to you, so why don't you tell everybody what we're doing?
Sure. With every cohort that comes through Falls FinTech, we've chosen to recognize one with an award that we've entitled the Maria Forrest Perseverance Award. Maria was our very first employee at Central Payments. She joined actually before I was here. She was our director of settlement operations, and so in simplest form, Maria's job was to make sure money moved every day. Pretty important job. Yeah, pretty important job. Not anything we'd trust you with. Maria was an absolutely outstanding employee. She's extremely dependable, never took a day off. When she took a day off, in the rare time that she did, she always checked in to make sure money moved like it was supposed to that day. So every single day, Maria would call our home office in Kansas City and say, it's okay to send the wire today for the activity that happened. One day in February of 2019, Kansas City didn't get a call from Maria, which was extremely atypical. We decided to have someone check on Maria, and unfortunately she passed in her sleep that night. So that hit us very hard, but at the same time we thought, it's an opportunity for us to remember Maria by creating what we're calling, again, the Maria Forrest Perseverance Award. Really what we're trying to do is recognize one of these companies that we think most embody the traits that we found so important and so endearing in Maria. The winner this year is a company that comes to us with an interesting background. They actually applied for Cohort 2. And we went back to them and said, you may want to think about some tweaks, might want to refine the product a little bit. In that time, came back in Cohort 3. Also, I understand, has a newborn baby in the house as well during this time, and also is expanding their product into the United States. So with that and all the things going around in the world around us, we really felt like this particular company really deserved this award. I'm super pleased to recognize Mike Gucce from Frugl with this year's Maria Forrest Perseverance Award.
Come on up. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Yes. For you, my friend.
Wow. Fantastic.
So there we have it. Good job, Mike.
Well, hey there, I'm Heather Berg, Program Manager here at Falls Fintech, and that's a wrap for Cohort 3 Demo Day. It has been an amazing 12 weeks with this group, watching them build their products and just grow their businesses. So thanks for following along, and make sure you follow our businesses on their social channels to make sure you stay in the know about what's next for them. Luke.
Yeah, thanks, Heather. And being the network and connections guy of the program, I think it's super important to let all the folks know that our applications for Cohort 4 are now live. So if you're a fintech, get out there and apply by June 27th so you can participate in our August 16th fall program.
Whoop, whoop. Perfect. Well, as I mentioned earlier today, Falls Fintech is on a road to do some really cool stuff. So we are becoming more than just a seasonal accelerator for early stage companies. This is a full business line for central payments. We're launching products, and we're really kicking off ourselves as the fintech hub of the Midwest. So tracks for every stage. So stay tuned as we continue to make those announcements and share details about that journey.
And on behalf of Central Bank of Kansas City, Central Payments, thank you to all three of you for the hard work that you do. It's inspiring to watch you. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a great cohort. Thank you to our sponsors, and especially these 5 companies. Continue to kind of work through the challenges, and we're just excited to bring them to market. We know fintechs and bank relationships are tough, and we think Falls Fintech has done a great job making these 5 companies ready to come to market. So thank you very much for joining us today.